today we're going to be chatting with some local employers about internship opportunities right here, in Middle Tennessee, and then they've got opportunities well beyond Middle Tennessee as well. So real excited to chat with y'all about that and learn some more from these specific employers about their opportunities, their internships, and how you can be successful for them. So my name's Megan Simpson. I work here at the Career Center at Austin Peay, and I'll be facilitating the discussion today with the employers. So I'm going to ask them some questions, let them give their feedback. But if you have any questions during this presentation, let us know. Feel free to put it in the chat. Feel free to ask those as well. If there's a pause in between questions, we really want to hear from students about what you're thinking about and how you can be better prepared for internships. So that's what we're here for. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So thanks for joining us again. And now that I've introduced myself, I want our employers to introduce themselves. So I guess easiest way to do this is going to be in alphabetical order. So let's do Charles C., Joshua, and Nikki. If y'all can just introduce yourself one by one, tell us a little bit about your organizations, how long you've worked there, that kind of thing.
Hi, everyone. My name is Charlesy, and I'm the campus recruiter at Northwestern Mutual in Nashville. So Northwestern Mutual does comprehensive financial planning. So we work with clients on everything from insurance to investments and then everything in between. I've been here for almost 2 years, and I've been working with the internship program the entire time. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to you guys today and learn more about you and how I can help.
Awesome.
I'm in the UC.
Can everybody mute their mic except for Joshua?
You in Castle. Oh. I thought you said it was on Zoom.
I'm guessing, Megan, since you're muted yourself now, that was Josh.
Yeah, Megan, you muted yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, now try Joshua.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Josh Mogul. I work here at Mahaffey, USA. We're actually located out of Memphis, but we do have crews all over the country. And what we do is we install and dismantle temporary fabric structures for various different applications out in the field. I'm actually one of the construction operations managers here at Mahaffey, and we're always looking for new talent. So glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Hey guys, I'm Nikki Little, and I am with Enterprise Holdings, so Enterprise Nashville and Alamo Rental Car. I've been with Enterprise for going on 9 years. So it'll be 9 years in July, which is insane. And I started off in the same program that I recruit for, which is our management training program. So I know rental car companies aren't normally the go-to with what you're looking for after you graduate. Certainly wasn't what I was looking for. But we are actually a company that teaches you how to come in and run your own business from front end to back end. And we're completely promote from within. So all of our upper management positions, all of our other departments and divisions, they're all filled through the program. Which is really the only way that I ended up in HR. It's kind of crazy. That was not the plan. So super excited to be here. And our internships, just to, I guess, to give you an insight on it, we do fall, spring, and summer internships. They're all paid. They're all local. And I recruit for all of the ones here in Middle Tennessee.
Okay, great. Thank you for that great introduction. Can y'all also tell me a little bit about what you like most about working for each of your companies?
Sure, I can go first. So I think my favorite part about working here is definitely the people. We talk a lot about company culture, and I would describe our culture as being competitive without being cutthroat. So it's competitive in the sense that everyone always wants to be their best selves and learn as much as they can and grow as much as they can. But, you're not always going to have the best day every day, regardless of where you are. And so when you have those days that aren't so great, you have that person sitting beside you as a cheerleader to help cheer you on and cheer you up a little bit. So yeah, I would say my favorite part is definitely the people here.
That's awesome, Charles. Yeah, here at Mahaffey, I would say the people and the culture as well. We're actually a almost 100-year-old company, but I would say what I usually tell new recruits or new candidates is that we still operate like a startup. And so it's a very exciting operation we have. We're constantly making moves, and we're able to be very fluid and make decisions on the fly a lot of times as well. But we also have our culture is based around what we call the Mahaffey fundamentals. And so we were founded in 1924, so we have 24 fundamentals. Every week we focus on one, someone within the organization, whether they're a field installer for one of our structures, all the way up to senior management and everywhere in between. We'll put together a video, and then anytime we get together 3 or more, we at the meetings we go over the fundamental of the week, talk about it, and give an example of something we saw or something that we noted that represents that fundamental. So I think that definitely we've got a great group of people here at Mahaffey to work with, and a great culture. That's what drew me here just about a year ago. So.
Yeah, I think we're all going to say the same thing. So I'll just say, I feel like a lot of times when you guys are looking for opportunities right out of college, you're really looking at that dollar sign or at that title. And the last 2 people who just talked about how their favorite part was the culture. So make sure that you guys are asking questions that are more related to that too, just to find the right place that you're going to come in and thrive. For me, Trollsy, I mean, like everything that she said is very similar to us. I say that we're a competitive company, but we're not cutthroat. There's a fine line. It's like a team sport here. And everyone that I work with is, they're my best friends. So really close with everyone there. But I'll say that my other favorite part of the company is just the promotion opportunities. I knew that coming out of college, my biggest fear was landing somewhere that I'd be in the same position 2 years down the road. And I get bored too easily for that. So being able to come into a company that, allowed me to work hard and saw my potential and gave me opportunities to rise, I really appreciate Enterprise for that.
That's great. So talking about internships, can y'all tell me about what the different types of internships that you offer, the majors that you typically recruit? What does an internship at your company look like?
I can go first again. Nikki, you can jump in the next one, and then Joshua. So here in Nashville, we are hiring for our college financial representative internship. And so what that means, and it is a top 10 internship and has been in the top 10 for the last 24 years. And I know that there's a lot of reasons why it is, but from my perspective and what I've experienced, I think that it's because you have the opportunity to come in and get real hands-on experience. Because our internship is modeled after that of the full-time financial advisor role, you'll never be going to get coffee or stapling papers or anything like that for our advisors. You're actually going to meet with clients and having conversations with them about their goals and their dreams for the future. And then coming back and working with a mentor or a more experienced advisor to build out that customized financial plan for them. It is a paid internship. Typically, it's about 10 weeks. And at the end of the 10-week program, you can have that conversation with your mentor about whether it makes sense to continue on into the next semester, or maybe take that into a full-time opportunity. And then we do hire from all majors because we have one of the best training programs in financial services as well. And so we know that if you have certain characteristics that we're looking for, then we can teach you everything that you need to know in order to be successful here. And so we do have that opportunity to hire from all majors, but I will say it is primarily, we do primarily recruit finance and business students, but we're not limited to that.
And I guess we'll follow up in the alphabetical order like we've been doing. As far as Mahaffey, we have what's called the Emerging Leaders Program. And what that is it's a paid internship program. And we actually do recruit I wouldn't say all majors, but definitely business or finance heavy for operations, field operations, as well as for sales roles. So if you're interested in getting into something sales related, you can actually hire into that. If there's something you're looking to go into more into a management role, we have those opportunities as well. And then sort of operational roles where you could go from a warehouse supervisor to warehouse manager. Those are opportunities too. And right now we've got an engineering co-op from Mississippi State. We've got several paid interns that are here doing some work with. I call them hackers, but I know that they're working on a system implementation for us. But we got a few of them sitting over here from a couple of different colleges. Some of them are from up in New York, and then another one's over from down in the University of Texas at Dallas. So and they're all engineering majors.
I really was just doing the alphabetical order thing. That's why I kept looking at Charlesy, and I know that you can't tell when we're on here, but I knew she knew. And I feel like I should stop going last because I feel like I just keep saying all the same things that everyone else is. So very similar to what they said. I said we do our internship spring, summer, and fall. Our big one is the summer internship. It's our full-time internship. The other two are part-time. It's a 10-week program. You're not getting coffee and making copies. You're coming in, you're getting real hands-on experience. In our world, it's a little bit more of that operations piece. Like you're really learning everything that goes into running a business. It's not just sales and customer service focused, or obviously it's not in the financial planning industry. So it's a little different, but it seems like, similar concepts, right? And similar to both of the others, we do hire from all majors. What I look for is a lot less of the majors piece and a lot more of your career objective. If you're going to school for nursing and you want to be a nurse, then I can't give you that here. But if you're going to school for nursing and you're a semester away from, getting your degree and you're like, I actually hate nursing. That's not what I want to do at all, but I'm going to get this degree. I really want to go and learn how to run a business. Then we can certainly adapt to that. And that's the reason why we keep it broad. And ours is also a paid internship.
So I'm sure you guys talk to students all the time, career fairs, recruiting events. What are some of the top qualities that you look for when you're recruiting students for your internships? And if we want to do reverse and let Nikki talk first, we can do that.
Here we go. All right. So when I'm looking for folks for the internship, I'm looking for folks who would also make really strong post-grad hires, right? And we're very selective about the folks that we hire post-grad because those are the future leaders of our company. We don't hire from outside of the company. So I'm looking for folks who have really strong leadership qualities. They're able to give examples from sports or school or from previous work experience. I want someone who's a strong communicator. That's the name of the game in any business setting. You've got to be able to communicate, build relationships, and honestly, just kind of chat away a little bit. If you're awkward in an interview, it's kind of hard to see you in front of a client. And I could name a million others, but I'll leave it at one more. I'm looking for someone who has a really strong work ethic and who's really career driven. Like they have goals, they have a place that they're looking to go, and they're ready to come in, work hard, and get there, because that's the name of the game here at Enterprise.
Ditto. I'll just steal her answer. No, that's good. So, as far as Mahaffey, we're looking for people that are eager to work on a team, that are eager to learn, and like you said, Nikki, someone who's career oriented. They're looking to build a career. We don't want to have people that we're hiring in as an intern who then, as a post grad, like you said, we would not want to hire. We want someone who we would hire for a long term role within Mahaffey. So these are people who, like I said, they want to work in a team environment and are definitely driven to achieve. That's definitely what we're looking for whenever we're hiring into our company.
Yeah, so we are also looking for all of those things, but I will say that we have three primary characteristics that we do look for in every candidate. Because we do have that ability to hire from all different majors. So we really focus in on if the student is entrepreneurial. And that can mean a couple different things. That can mean, maybe you like the idea of building or owning your own business, but you don't necessarily want to start from scratch. Or that could just simply mean that you have that get up and go about you, that self-motivation. The second thing that we look for is someone who wants to make an impact with the work that they're doing. We know that our advisors are going out every day and making an impact in the community and in the surrounding communities by providing financial security. And so someone who also wants to make an impact is typically a good fit for us. And then lastly, we look for people who want to be on the client-facing side of finance. Typically, when I talk to finance students, they're either looking at analyst roles where they're crunching numbers all day, and that's awesome. That's a great career, but that's just not what we can offer students, because you would be meeting with clients face-to-face. And so someone that is comfortable with that and or maybe wants to be around people who are doing that every day is the best fit for us. So, yeah.
Great. So what would you say is the number one way that students can stand out when they are in the application process for internships?
Josh, we're gonna let you go first this time.
Sure, I'll go first. I guess I'm looking for a people person, someone that feels like they're going to be a fit within Mahaffey. We're looking for that. As far as it depends then at that point which position we're trying to fill. If it's something on the field ops side, I'd like someone who's open to traveling to learn what it's like to actually put up and take down and repair our structures in the field. If it's someone for more of a sales emerging leader type of role, that's someone who's got to be interested in, like we were talking about before, a lot of the customer facing roles where they're going to be comfortable in front of a group of people or in front of our customers, and we can see them actually having those discussions with them about selling or leasing our products and our services. So I guess to stand out, it's just really in those talks with them during the interview, just gauging their interest level to join in here and work as a team.
And I'm going to answer it 2 ways real quick. So during the interview itself, it's definitely a personality piece, and that's going to be different for every single company. But part of our job isn't just finding great talent. It's finding someone who's going to match the culture and the job requirements here at Enterprise, right? And so if we figure out that, the personality piece isn't a fit, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not the right company for you. So for me, we talk to people all day long. We're the face of Enterprise. So for you to have the ability to really connect with me during a 30-minute Zoom call, that's really important, because that's all I have to go off of to really know what it would be like to put you in front of a customer or in front of a referral source. But as far as just standing out during the interview process, we talk to so many people. We do so many recruiting events. I personally typically go through, I would say, 30-ish interviews a week for the MC program. So, I talk to a lot of people. And I think that anything that you can do to stand out, so connecting with me on LinkedIn, liking my posts, like I notice that stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, Lisa or whatever, right? And then also just that communication piece throughout the process of like shooting a thank you email, or reaching out and just saying, hey, like thank you again so much for your time. It's been a week, normally I get back to you by then, but don't be afraid to reach out and make those connections, because sometimes we're pulled in a lot of different directions and we talk to a lot of people. So just some of those things really do make a difference.
I completely agree. That's a game changer, just being able to connect with us, because we do talk to so many people. And I would encourage you to really research the company that you're interviewing for. You don't have to know everything about the company. Just really be able to say, okay, if I'm interviewing with Enterprise, I know, this is a rental car company, and, maybe know a couple facts about it. And then with Northwestern Mutual, I know that this is financial planning, and they're hiring financial advisors, because just knowing a little bit about the company will make you stand out automatically. Because one of the first questions that I ask sometimes is, oh, tell me a little bit about what you know about Northwestern Mutual, or are you familiar with Northwestern Mutual at all? And that can kind of gauge, how in depth I go about the company, or it can really make us have a more in-depth conversation. I would encourage you, if there's any student athletes on the call, I was a student athlete, and so all of my examples are kind of sports references. But I would prepare for an interview like you prepare for a game. You would never go play your first game of the season without practicing or going through preseason. And so an interview should be the same mindset. You'll practice like you play. And so practice your interview questions, practice your elevator speeches, and it'll take you a long ways.
So in this, past academic year, we've all been dealing with COVID and the effects of that. So can y'all talk about how that has, impacted your company, impacted your internship program, and what are things looking like for summer and fall as hopefully we get a little bit more back to normal? And if you want to start, Charles C., that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So last year, we actually did have the opportunity to continue on with our internship program. It was offered in a hybrid way. So some of it was in person. We offered our training classes throughout the program virtually. And we kind of just took it week by week. We didn't really know what was going on. We didn't know what was going to happen. This year, we have a little bit better of a grasp of what our internship will look like. One thing that we have on our side is we have been around for over 160 years. And so as sad as it is to think about, we've seen other pandemics, we've seen other disasters. And so we were able to handle that really well. Our business is up 17% since this time last year. And so I think it's a great time to enter into financial services, whether that be an internship or a full-time opportunity. I would say the only thing that really changed was instead of having all of our Middle and East Tennessee interns training all at once in our Nashville office, we have a classroom here in the office. We did all of that virtually, and we plan to do the same this summer and this fall. And then the students will have the opportunity to come into the office and work in their usual workspaces, just socially distanced and with a mask, and we're taking all of those requirements, but it will be in the office.
Yeah, so I guess I'll jump in there. So as far as Mahaffey, COVID had a very, very large effect on how we do business and what we did in the past year. I actually joined in February of 2020 myself, after working for Mitsubishi Electric for 7.5 years. And so it was kind of a struggle right there after I started, and COVID sort of took over everything that I've known since I've worked in Mahaffey. But I know that we were able to very quickly adapt, and whereas we thought that a lot of our business would go away, where our standard business went away in the past year, it was quickly replaced by some COVID temperature screening structures that we were able to install across the country for many different automotive manufacturers, healthcare providers, and such. And so we're able to respond and react to that. And actually our sales numbers were up 50% over the previous year. So Mahaffey's much like Northwestern Mutual. We're, like I said earlier, we're an older company. We've been around for almost 100 years. I don't think that's just by chance or happenstance. And so we were able to adapt, and we're a growing company right now. We've got very lofty goals, and so this year I think I've already counted 5 interns that I've seen just here in the office so far in 2021, and we're looking for more as we grow. We've got a goal in the next 10 years to go from a $50 million company to a $150 million company, and that means tripling our business. And based on what our figures have been every year over the course of the last 10 years, I don't see any reason why Mahaffey won't be able to do that. But we will need new talent in the door, and an internship program that we have here will definitely take care of that for us. So.
Y'all, I'm over here smiling. I'm just so excited. So this should be really exciting for all the students on the call, because I've heard from so many career services folks that our students are really nervous that the opportunities just aren't there. And you've got 3 companies on right now who are all well established. They've been around for a long time. They're hiring pretty much from all majors. They've got these great career opportunities, and they're all making a lot of money right now. You know, we're also up in a place to where we thought it would take about 3 years to get back to. And we're seeing numbers that we've never seen in the Nashville market before. So that should be really, really exciting for you guys. As far as how it impacted us, I mean, it hit us pretty hard. We're part of the travel industry. So we're still back at a lot of our bigger airports. Luckily, we have a lot of what we call home city business. So we do a lot of insurance replacement for folks who've been involved in accidents. And that really didn't stop with the pandemic. So, and we also have different business lines. So our truck rental business and our car sales department specifically are doing really, really well right now. But so we did put our internship on pause because everything that we do is in person. We're an essential service provider. So there was no way of doing anything, you know, remotely. But we wanted to kind of, I guess, test it a little bit with our spring intern. So I only brought on 2. And it's going really, really well. A lot of the same precautions that Charles was talking about, but ours is in person. It's with a team. It's a lot of hands-on learning. And so we are upping it to 10 across Middle Tennessee for the summer. So I feel like we're a little bit more, I also feel like I should knock on something. We're a little bit more back to normal as far as kind of our business and what we're doing from an internship perspective, but just trying to be safe and remember that even though things are opening up, you know, it doesn't mean that we're in the clear. So just being smart about how we run our business and take care of our customers and our employees.
Perfect. And I just wanted to take a chance or take this moment to remind everybody that if you have any questions for these employers, put them in the chat and we'll ask those for you. Or if you want to ask a question yourself, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask that question. Definitely want you guys to have the chance to get your questions answered while you're here. And if y'all don't have any questions right now, I will keep asking questions, but just wanted to give you guys a minute to ask any questions that y'all might have. Okay, since it looks like we're a quiet group right now, I'll keep on asking questions and, you know, just put those in the chat if you think of something that you want to ask of the employers. So when it comes to internships, you know, we see students all the time. We're telling them that internships are important. You know, employers want to see, you know, entry-level talent, people that have worked, you know, in internships, have that experience and can bring that to the table. So what would be y'all's perspective on why internships are important for students right now?
It's that real world experience, especially if you can get in somewhere that you feel like matches up or aligns with what it is that you're looking to do long term. I'll be honest, even if you get into it and you hate it, at least you know prior to graduating, and then you have a head start going into your career, right? So it's almost just as much about us getting the opportunity to bring you in and see what you have to offer as it is for you to come in and experience the company's culture and to get a feel for what that business and what that career path would look like. So that's a little bit more for you. I mean, for us, you know, when I see someone who has an internship on their resume, to me, it also just shows initiative. It shows that you were like, okay, you know, I want to make sure that I'm set up to be competitive post-graduation against all of these great candidates that are going to be in the marketplace, right? And so I think it's something that just sets you apart. It shows initiatives. It shows that you have that real world experience. And you're also able to speak to some of the things that you really loved and maybe didn't really love, so that we can make sure that if you're coming on board, this is a place that's going to fulfill everything that you're looking for and that it's going to be a good match for you.
All right, I guess I'll go. So yeah, I kind of echo a little bit of that, but I think part of it too, not just to gain the experience and showing that they've got drive and determination to get out there. A couple other things I thought about were, you know, you're starting to build that professional network. You even if it doesn't work out with the company that you had the internship with, you may have developed relationships, professional relationships with the people that you worked with, that employer. So that in your next opportunity, when you go out, either post-graduation, or if you're going for another internship afterward, you're getting references, you're getting people who can get you in with contacts at other organizations that might be looking for someone who has what you've got, what you can bring to the table. And then also for me, when I look at someone who has an internship, it shows me that they're willing to go out and put themselves out there in a field that they're interested in, rather than going back and working, I don't know, at a grocery store or something for a while. So, it just, like we said, like you were saying before, it shows that drive to get out there into the workforce.
Yeah, I completely agree with all of that. I don't have much to add, other than I think it's really unique that you have the opportunity to test drive a career before you're kind of locked in. So even if it's an internship that doesn't exactly align with your major, you're not losing anything, you're just gaining something. You're most likely going to have a good experience. And apart from that, whether or not you like it, that just helps you decide, okay, this is what I'm looking for in my next opportunity. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. At NM, I think over 74% of people in leadership across the United States and Northwestern Mutual did our internship program. So it's a great way to get started and get introduced to the company. But yeah, I agree with everything they said. I really don't have much to add there.
And Charles, so you just kind of mentioned this in that stat you just gave, but in each of your respective companies, how often are interns being converted over to that full-time hire?
For us, it's a conversation that the intern would have with their mentor. We call that kind of the continuation strategy meeting. And that happens at the end of the 10 weeks, where we determine, what was your experience, any feedback that they have. And if they decide, this isn't great for me, I want to, stop doing the internship, don't want to continue, then we know that they're going to walk away with a ton of hands-on experience and a lot of easily transferable skills that can follow them into any industry. And so if they did decide to continue, then yeah, that's awesome for us. We love that, because from going from the internship into the full-time opportunity, you have a lot of momentum transitioning there. You've already been through a lot of the training. You already have your licenses and some designations that we've worked on throughout the internship. And so it really gives you a leg up.
All the same stuff. I don't have a necessary percentage or anything like that. We do the same thing. Coming into the internship, you're not guaranteed anything. You have to come in, you have to work hard, you have to show what you're capable of, and then you have to like us too. We have to do all those things for you, right? And so we have a conversation at the end, and we either offer or don't. And one of the things that we started doing is, if we choose not to pursue you for a full-time opportunity, we normally will provide you with some information that you could add to your resume, or talking points, or things that you did pull from the internship, so that it makes it just a little bit easier to get that next opportunity. But our goal typically is a minimum of 50% conversion is what we look for in a company. And so, yeah, the goal is, I would love 100%. I would love to convert every single person who comes to the door, but are realistic, because you're going to have folks who either pursue other opportunities or folks who come in and realize this just is not the route for them. So 50%, I guess, is okay too.
Yeah, and I would say for Mahaffey, I don't think that we have a specific percentage either. I think it has more to do with what the discussion was at the front end of the internship. So if we hired someone in for an emerging leaders program, likely they're someone who's coming in, not necessarily with a guarantee, but there's an expectation that they're gonna transfer over to a full-time position with the company, usually in a sales or some sort of field ops role. I don't know that there's a set percentage. We do have, like I said, quite a few interns that are here right now, and there's not really a what's in it for us mentality. It's a partnership with them to get them some experience in the field that they're interested in. And if we come away from it with some sort of desire on both sides of it for them to join Mahaffey in the long term, and that's a discussion that we'll have.
And then I know another thing that we talk a lot with our students is talking about soft skills, how important those are to get those internships, turn around and get employment after graduation as well. So what are some of the soft skills that you look for and that you think students should have when they're in the internship search? Do you want to start, Charles Lee?
Sure. So I think as far as hard skills go, we can teach you that. I think what's bigger picture for us is that drive to want to learn more and grow and develop while you're here. We're looking for those good personality fits, good culture fits for us, and then those 3 characteristics that I mentioned earlier. But we're not so focused on hard skills as, we are just trying to connect with students who we want to work with and we want to teach and want to train. So, yeah.
So I guess soft skills for us, outside of the stuff that we kind of talked about earlier, we look for folks who are willing and open and comfortable being kind of pushed out of their comfort zone. So it goes into the whole like desire to learn piece. We're going to teach you so much in such a short period of time in the internship and then also post grad. And you also have to have those soft skills that really, like the ability to connect with people and the ability to build rapport in a short period of time. And that's why being able to talk about yourself and really, show some of your personality through the interview is so important, because that's really all we have to go by outside of some of those behavioral based questions that we'll ask to figure out if you have those soft skills. Outside of that, I mean, it really is all those things that you can't teach. So the leadership piece, the ability to really come in and be impactful and to lead and motivate a team. The competitive piece, that's huge for us. I mean, I feel like it's a lot of what we talked about earlier with some of the different competencies that we're looking for.
Yeah, we're mostly looking for dog people. We saw that. That's awesome. No, when you think about Mahaffey calling an emerging leaders program, we're looking for people that are going to be our ideal candidates for a future leadership position within Mahaffey. And like Nikki and Charles said, our programs are going to offer the technical field skills or the soft skill training or the career planning. We can help with all of that, but it is a personality thing. It is a fit thing. Are they somebody who we want working with us? And it's the understanding too that I know we talk about soft skills and hard skills, but I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of it you're going to learn here on the job, and a lot of it you're going to bring with you from your college experience. So I mean, it's something where we're just we're feeling out someone who we can see grow within our organization long term.
And so if somebody's interested in applying for any of your internship programs, can y'all tell me a little bit about how they would go about doing that? And if you want to, drop the links in the chat as well, I'll definitely share those out with our students, but just want to make sure that everybody knows how to apply. And then maybe if you want to tell me just a little bit about like what the interview process is like. Is there 1 interview, 2 interviews? Kind of what does that look like?
I guess I'll go ahead and go first on this one. So I've already dropped the link here. Looks like we're getting some more, but for Mahaffey, you could just go to www.mahaffeyusa.com. The link's in the chat, and look through what's available there, and go ahead and apply on our careers page at our website. As far as the interview process, I'm actually standing in for our recruiter today. She's not she's out on vacation today, so she asked me to step in for her. I can tell you from my experience, I went through 2 sets of interviews, and then I got on the first day that I was here, and I got called back for a second interview, and it was basically a walk around and introduced me to everybody. So I would say that someone should expect to have to go through interviews with multiple different people, depending upon what their interests are as far as an internship goes.
So all of our applications are done online as well. So I just put careers.enterprise.com. If you go there, you'll literally just pick management trainee or management trainee internship and type in the area that you're looking to be. So I hire for all of Middle Tennessee, but we hold our internships in our program in all 50 states. So if there was somewhere else that you wanted to be, you could do that as well. And then I just put my email in there as well. So if you ever, had any questions or you wanted to say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm applying for the right position at the right location, just hit me up. I'll be happy to send you a direct link. Because we do have different ones for each of our major markets like Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Nashville, so on and so forth. Our interview process is a 3-part process here in Middle Tennessee. Everyone's process is a little bit different right now. Some places are a little bit more open than others, but our first interview is with me. So if you apply here in Middle Tennessee, I am the person that your application goes to. I am your first contact. I am your first interview. That's me. We do a 30-minute Zoom. Our second interview is actually in person. It's an observation and then an interview for both the internship or post-grad. And what that looks like is we send you to the location that we'd be looking to place you with, and you actually get the opportunity to meet the team that you'd be working with, ask them any questions, check out the physical workspace, and honestly just kind of get that behind the scenes view of what it would look like to work there. For about an hour, and then you sit down with the management team for a typical behavioral based interview. And then the third interview is with our regional vice president, who's over all of Middle Tennessee, which just goes to show you that how important it is that we're finding the right people. Our regional vice president takes time out of his day to come in and make sure that we're asking all the right questions and looking at the right things. That RVP set is only for post-grad. So it's just the 2 interview part process for the internships.
So our interview process is 3 interviews as well. We're primarily connecting with students through online applications. I put the link of our website application in the chat, and then also we have a posting through your campus job portal. And then also I threw my email in there. You can apply directly to me. I mean, if you attach your resume and then just kind of send me a little email, and we can schedule some time to talk. But your first interview, 30 minutes over the phone with me, and it's very behavioral based. I just want to get to know you. It's not a difficult interview, just kind of get to know you and learning more about you and sharing more about our company. And then your second and third interviews are with our college unit directors. So a college unit director is just simply a financial advisor who has taken on a leadership role within the company to mentor our interns. And so you would interview with them a couple times, and they would probably be your mentor when you start the program and throughout the program. And so, yeah, you can email me, apply online, and all of the applications for Nashville come to me. And then we also have other offices across Middle and East Tennessee. We have a small office in Clarksville. Sometimes they take a couple interns. And then also Murfreesboro, Chattanooga, Franklin, Johnson City, and Knoxville. So you can reach out to me to be connected to those offices as well.
Okay, thank you for explaining your application process. And now I just wanted to see if there's anything else that any of the employers would like to mention about their programs, anything you didn't get to talk about that you would like to make sure students know. And then students, if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the chat and we'll get those answered before we close out.
I'll just say, if you're stressed out and you don't know where to start, your career services folks are great contacts. They talk to us all the time. They know what opportunities we have, and if they don't, they know how to. Oh my gosh, is my computer is about to restart, so let's hope it doesn't kick me off, because it wouldn't let me hit postpone. But anyway, it's a great place to start. We'll reach out to them sometimes and just say, hey, we have this internship, for instance, in Clarksville. Do you guys have anyone who you feel like might be a good fit? So just utilize the different resources that you guys have. I mean, I know events like this aren't necessarily as much fun always as some of those in-person events. You get free food sometimes. You get to see people in person. I don't know, take away free things that we have. This is how it is right now. And these are great opportunities to connect with different people, expand your network, and just kind of see what all is out there. I mean, I think keeping an open mind and, I don't know, kind of exploring every single opportunity that you come across is really important, because you never know what you're going to run into. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have been here for the last 9 years, because I certainly would not have looked up enterprise if I hadn't gone through my school. So that would be my suggestions for you guys.
I guess so. As far as our programming, we talked about all the requirements, the expectations, and what we're looking for. I mean, really, to sum it up for Mahaffey, we're looking for students who are, graduating senior, able to travel quite a bit. I mean, it is one of these things where we want you to get out there and learn what it is we do in the field before you come back to work in an office setting. And you may end up out in the field for some time anyways, but it's a good experience that allows you to get out there on the road and see different places and understand what it is that goes into how our business operates. So I mean, there's looking for potential future leaders in our organization. I think it's a great opportunity for anybody that's willing to take on the challenge.
Yeah, I think that y'all should be really excited right now. I know for recruiters, this is our busy season. Like, this is as busy as we get. We're talking to so many people and we're excited to talk to you. So I would just encourage you to go for it. At the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen is you're not a good fit for that company, or that company is not a good fit for you. So I would encourage you to interview as many places as you can, really shop those opportunities, and then make that decision based on what aligns the closest with your goals and your dreams. So yeah, I'm excited for you. So I think you should be excited too.
That's awesome. So just so that our students know that are on the call, I know that Enterprise and Northwestern Mutual will be on campus next week at our on-campus career fair events. So if you don't know what the dates are, what the times are for that, that's all on our website. So go to apsu.edu/careers. You'll find all that information. It's also on Jobs for Govs. So make sure to come and connect with them starting at 10 a.m. on Tuesday up in the UC ballroom. You'll be able to meet Nikki and Charles C. They're awesome. So come say hi, bring your resume. And if you're interested in Mahaffey, they're not going to be on campus next week, but we will definitely, pass your information along and get you connected if you're interested in their program as well. So make sure to come out and check that out. And that is what we've got in terms of events coming up. And we're so excited that y'all were able to come on here and just tell us a little bit about your internship programs. So get on there, get on the web and apply. And if you have any questions, want us to look at your resume, anything like that, that's what we're here for at Career Services. And you can email us anytime. Our email's careerservices@apsu.edu, or you can reach us at 931-221-6544. So thank y'all so much, guys. And I think we're going to wrap up.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you.
Before everyone jumps off,
Thanks, everybody.
I this earlier. I don't know if any of these people are business majors or not. We do have other opportunities. They're not local, but you can always go to careers.enterprise.com and check those out. Those are going to be more of like your IT engineering type stuff that I know nothing about. I've never recruited for it. Don't really know how it works, but if you have any questions about it and you find something on there, I'm happy to connect you with the right person. But thank you so much, Megan.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good afternoon.